What's up, everybody? Welcome to Move the Sticks as we continue our division preview series. Bucky, Brooks, we are looking today NFC South. And for those that haven't seen our preview series, explain how we kind of break this thing down.
So the Move the Sticks Scouting Index is going to rate 6 different categories: offensive linemen, quarterback skill guys, front seven, secondary, and coaching. Throw them in a bucket, rate them, and then the lowest score win, just like golf.
Yeah, there you go. Just like golf here. So let's start it out here at the quarterback position in the NFC South, Buck. The way we have them stacking up, we start at 4 with the Atlanta Falcons. So Matt Ryan ends up coming underneath. Jameis Winston, who with the Bucs is at 3. Drew Brees at 2, and the MVP Cam Newton at number 1.
Yeah, Cam Newton is at number 1. Anytime you combine for 45 total touchdowns and you play the way that he has played, he continues to play. We saw some of the flashes that he continued to display during the playoff run, going into the preseason. We think that he's going to continue to maintain that high level. Drew Brees still pushes him at number 2, but as an older quarterback, he really needs that supporting cast to step up. I'm not confident that the supporting cast will allow him to play at the level he's always played at.
Yeah, Matt Ryan kind of stocked down. I don't know if it's a great fit for him in this Shanahan offense.
You know, I don't know. I thought it would be a really good fit, but it hasn't been. He really has to step up his play. Last year, he was very disappointing. They started out really hot, but as he went, they went, came back to the pack. He has to play better for them.
All right, let's move on to the next one here. Skill positions. We'll start again 4-1. This is a tough one because there's some interesting sets of skill players in this division, but the Saints end up coming in at number 4, Panthers 3, Bucks 2, and the Falcons there at number 1.
Yeah, you know, the Atlanta Falcons' skill positions are really, really nice. You have Julio Jones. They picked up Mohamed Sanu. Then in the backfield, you have Devontae Freeman, but you also have Tevin Coleman, who was probably in line to be the starter prior to getting hurt last year. 2 dynamic guys that can run the ball in Kyle Shanahan's system. The run game should be spectacular, and we saw how he could feed the number 1 receiver in Julio Jones. Hard to match that when you look at the rest of the division.
Yeah, interesting one there too with the Bucks. You saw what happened last year with the running game really starting to get cranked up, and you also look at the big trees they have on the outside. And then to me, the Panthers over the Saints maybe surprise some people, but again, Kelvin Benjamin comes back healthy. You've got Jonathan Stewart. Funchess, I think, is going to take a big step forward, and Ted Ginn is a big-time weapon. I think the tight end-wise, though, Greg Olson's what sets them apart.
Greg Olson does set them apart, and I think you could probably have the argument that the Panthers maybe could be higher based on Greg Olson being a Pro Bowl player, Kevin Benjamin having a rookie season, but we haven't seen him, so it's hard to kind of bank into him. It is a very intriguing position when you look at the rest of the division, though.
Offensive line, we will go Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 4, Saints at 3, Falcons at 2. Adding Alex Mack should help them up front. And then the Carolina Panthers, a good group, especially Trey Turner, a guy we both love.
Yeah, Trey Turner, Ryan Khalil, those guys inside are able to really control the point of attack. They've been able to really get nice production from Michael Orr on the outside. It's a team that really does it by committee. This front line has been very, very good for them. Dave Gettleman has not committed a lot of money to those guys, but he's found 5 guys that play on the string.
All right, let's go over the defensive side of the ball. Front 7 here, Buck. Saints at 4, Falcons 3, Bucks at 2 with some real speed and some young guys there in their front 7. And the Carolina Panthers, no surprise there at number 1.
No, the Carolina Panthers, and it's not a surprise that they are really dominant on both sides of the ball in the trenches. The Panthers coming in first in the offensive line, but then also holding up at first on the front 7. Dave Gettleman wants to have big guys up front that can dominate. You look at the Panthers inside, KK Short, Star Latulele, being able to really dominate on the inside, and then the linebacker core playing behind them. Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better linebacker core because their defense has been so spectacular in the front 7. It doesn't matter who they have in the back end. All those guys are set up to have success.
All right, you talked about the back end there. Let's get to the secondary. This one, look, I don't think there's a real great secondary in this division when you look at it. We end up with the Panthers 4, Tampa Bay at 3, Saints at 2, and Falcons at 1. The Panthers, you lose a Josh Norman. Just the names don't really get you all that fired up back there.
No, they don't get you fired up, especially when you're starting 2 rookies. James Bradbury, Darrell Worley playing at corner. Hard to get excited about rookies that will be tested on the perimeter. The Bucks, the Saints, the Falcons, the Falcons are solid. You have Desmond Trufant on one side, a guy who's played at a Pro Bowl level. How much do you really believe in those guys? This is a division that if we looked at this secondary division compared to the other divisions, I think they were ranked near the bottom of the pack because there aren't a lot of notable stars at any of those marquee positions on the perimeter.
All right, coaching, we have at number 4, you got a brand new coach there in Dirk Cutter for the Tampa Bay Bucks. 3 Falcons with Quinn, 2 the Saints, Sean Payton, and 1 Ron Rivera. I think you can make an argument there with Sean Payton and Rivera. That's a good discussion Rivera, though, the recent success coming off of a team that just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think Rivera with the recent success. And also, when you look at the assistants, Sean McDermott is a guy that's probably in line to be a head coach soon. Mike Shula's done a great job with that offense and tailoring it to Cam Newton's strengths. Even though I love Sean Payton and what he's been able to do offensively, I have some reservations and doubts about their defense, and namely Dennis Allen being able to turn their defense around. That's why the Panthers get denied in this debate.
All right, let's go to the results here. Offense. When we break down the offense, it ends up coming down with Tampa at number 4, tied with New Orleans. I guess it should be a tie there for third. Atlanta comes in second, and at the very top, the most talented offense, in our opinion, here, the Carolina Panthers.
It starts up front, and it also goes to the quarterback. Best offensive line, the quarterback is the reigning MVP, and then you have some skilled guys who can play. Because of that, I think they deserve to be number 1. You see the point total is only 5. They are a talented team, a team that should continue to be able to compete in the NFC.
All right, let's go over to the defense now, Buck. At the bottom, again, we have Tampa Bay coming in at number 4, New Orleans at 3, Atlanta at 2, and Carolina, no surprise there, at number 1.
No, this defense is what really carried them to the Super Bowl. Thomas Davis, Luke Kuechly being able to dominate inside. Then you have K'Wan Short, Star Latulippe. They have everything that you look for. I know there are question marks at the cornerback position, but when your front 7 is solid, it really gives you a chance to win week in, week out.
And then now overall, based on our Move the Sticks scouting index, as we break it down, Tampa comes in at 4, New Orleans at 3, Atlanta at 2, and Carolina, the most talented team, there at number 1.
Yeah, I think they're the most talented team. I think it's a nice marriage between the personnel and the scheme fit. Ron Rivera does a great job putting his players in a situation to succeed. Because of that, I think they reign supreme in the NFC South.
All right, there you have it. That's our NFC South preview as we march towards the season, Bucky. It is almost here. That's what we think about this division, Buck.
Let us know what you think. Leave your comments below on YouTube.
All right, and be sure to check out all of our other division previews as well as position previews we have on our YouTube channel. You can also catch the Move the Sticks podcast on iTunes or NFL.com/podcasts.